Homeland canon. Anybody got any flashbacks planned today?
I have one hand ready. Well, I have two ready, but I only want to do one.
All right.
There's one thing I need to do before we start. Hold on, just really quickly.
All right.
You gonna do that one we talked about, Rainer?
You want to do? You want me to do it today? I can do it. If you,
What?
I mean, I'm gonna need you to help me get to the moment which that's the thing like I can pull. But if you can help me, I can totally do it.
I think we should do mine first, and then you can decide if you want to do yours.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
That's gonna be it. Sorry, my mother just brought me my dinner.
Nom nom nom.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Black beans, white rice, and then chicken.
Again?
Yeah, I like chicken.
I had orange beef.
Chicken's my favorite food, and beef is and white rice and beans are just a common thing in Cuba. It's part of our every meal, except breakfast, which is usually just milk. You know how people say the breakfast is the most important meal of the day?
I don't agree. I think it's lunch.
I say it's dinner, but you know.
Do. You open up on dead air.
And
Oh no!
still missing 2 people in roll 20.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, we are.
I just needed to click the game.
Hi, Tegan.
Hello. I'm back.
And an angel gets his wings.
Whose phone is that?
Oh, is that loud enough to hear?
Yep.
Quiet.
Eat the cup. Eat the cup.
It's almost broken, so one day it might just like fucking tear itself apart in my mouth.
I need to buy some solo cups.
Okay, so we set to start.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yep, I've been ready for like 2 hours now.
All right, so session 4.
Yay!
We left off with the crew aboard their trusty ship, the Red Blob Bucket.
It's a shame we can't have the music because of copyright.
Oh no, our 0 viewer cast gets audio blocked.
It would just turn out that like, that's the one guy is a lawyer.
Just the one guy's a Disney lawyer, and he's like, well, someone's getting sued tonight.
So yeah, you guys are all aboard the Bat Bucket. You were trying to poke at the location of this missing ship that you were hired to look at or to find by what was his name, Branton.
Who everyone
who
hates
was
for
a
some reason.
private investigator from Imperial Center. And you had followed the the homing beacon aboard it, and I just froze all the video. The homing beacon aboard it, and it led you into a restricted space, Imperial space. They yelled at you, and you went and you turn around, and they said, "Don't come any closer."
And we cried and ran away.
Yeah, pretty much. Cried, ran away, and set the ship down somewhere in the wastes. Sun is setting. Everyone's aboard the Bat Bucket.
Well,
Go.
That's the bucket now.
So do we want to wait till morning or what?
If we're gonna
I
plan
don't
it,
know.
I'm assuming we'll come up with a plan like before we go to sleep.
Tarian just sort of shrugs like, well, I'm up for whatever.
I'd say the sooner the better.
So I'm gonna look at Brandon and go, so do you have to get in this ship yourself, or do you just need some data off it?
and he sort of shrugs. I'm looking for evidence. Master Quinto might even be aboard this ship. He's been missing for 30 years. I just need a lead. And possibly, if he is aboard the ship, a memento for his wife.
Well, I don't think we're going to be getting that ship back out of the mass driver facility. So, what do you think about climbing over some rubble?
Is that the plan we're just gonna walk?
Unless you want to try to bluff your way past the guard post.
What do the others think? I'm assuming everyone's just sort of in the lounge. So what does everyone else think? This comes up.
I say I'm probably gonna end up having to stay behind, so just to get you guys out of there if we do go that way.
I mean, sneaking in is the best way to not get noticed.
That's true.
If it's necessary, I could go. I can handle. I'll be able to deal with the ship's computers if it's necessary.
Like, how rough is this terrain?
Hills of scrap metal, carcasses of crashed and ruined ships. People may have claimed this land, so there might be defenders. Hard to say. Raktus Prime is pretty much an unowned world, untamed.
Would they only have like a border guard, right? But would they have like a perimeter like thing set up, like a fence or something?
There was no visible fence or wall when you were viewing the airspace from the air.
Perimeter patrols? We
I
probably,
guess so.
we might have seen them.
I don't
Who's
know.
to say?
I feel like I don't know. I don't know how safe. You know what? Whatever.
Well, I do think if we go out, LeVar should definitely stay on the ship in case we need a quick pickup and to guard the ship.
Yeah. I say I don't. I look over at the whatever Mr. Man. I don't know. I don't remember his name anymore.
Branton.
And Brenton. And I say, yeah, I don't want to leave him alone here either. Or I guess he's going with you. So
He raises an eyebrow.
I don't trust this droid though.
What have we done to earn your distrust? He seems kind of perplexed about how the group just for no reason dislikes him.
Boris hasn't been mean to him at all.
It's mostly just me.
But Lav seems hostile to everyone for some reason.
Just a really distrustful person, right?
Childhood trauma.
Yeah, I don't know. I just sort of like, I say, it sounds like a good enough plan to me. I don't see anything wrong with it. What's the
Okay.
worst that could happen?
Who's gonna go?
I definitely think LeVar and Draco should go. Maybe I can go. Vorth can go too if you like.
But you mean
Don't you
Tarian?
mean
I mean
Tarian?
Tarian and Draco. Sorry. Sound good? Want me to come?
Sounds fine by me. Up to you.
I'll do it.
Okay. Are you
So-
bringing Branton?
I look at Branton and say, "What exactly do you need me? If we find a corpse, we could assume it's him, and then bring a memento. If we do not, we look at Do you want me to search the computers?
If the
Fine.
computers are still running, sure. I do have a portable power source, something to power them on. I don't imagine the engines or the central systems are going to be running.
I do not.
Then
Brent, want to?
a
Brent-
journal or a hololog, voice memos, paper. I don't imagine he'd have papers, but something.
I I have some extra power cells if we needed to power up a computer. If that would work. You probably
Is
have
there
to
any way to like?
jury rig it in, maybe.
Does the computers of the ship have anything like a hard drive that one could just extract and then put it in another computer and like have the data?
Possibly, it would depend on its hardware.
Okay, I think just something to power the computers if in case I can't just extract a hard drive will be whatever the name of it is would be fine.
You want me or Brent come with?
If you believe that to be the better alternative.
Want to come with Brent? Son?
Says
I believe-
if I wouldn't be a bother.
I look at Terry and I believe that's her decision to make. Do you believe
Well,
that us
I
will?
mean, if you can be stealthy, it's fine. But if you're just gonna be a liability, we don't want you to bring all the guards down on us, you know?
He nods his head and says, I know how to handle myself. It's just you folks seem to have your own way of doing things.
You can come with. Just, follow our... Be fine.
Okay, and sure.
I'll
Granted,
come along
he
too, then.
is like in his early 50s, and you guys are in your spry late teens, early 20s.
Right. I
Are,
guess we're heading there in
do
the
you
cover
wanna
of the
leave?
night.
Are we leaving now? It's kind
It
of dark.
seems-
Sneaking is much easier in the dark than in the day when there's all that pesky light, you know?
I'll grant you that, but so is falling and impaling yourself on scraps of rubble.
I can try to guide you. I do see well at night.
If
You see, there, problem solved.
if you think that's the best,
Draco just nods.
Sure.
okay. So the four of you head out.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really cover this on the when you guys were going through the office, but since you're sort of leaving the ship behind, what equipment are you bringing with you, and how much encumbrance are you guys bringing with you? The encumbrance system of this game, I believe, is based off your brawn. And items you carry count up to that maximum. If you exceed the max armor, if worn, armor has its encumbrance rating decreased by 3 because it's meant to be worn. If you're carrying an extra set with you, then it's the full encumbrance rating. There are items that increase your encumbrance rating or can contain certain items. Basically, and if you exceed your encumbrance rating, if I recall correctly, you lose your free maneuver during combat because you're overburdened. So basically, what are you guys bringing with you, and what are you leaving behind?
I'm wearing my usual thing. I'm wearing my robe, bringing my data pad, bringing my katana as usual.
Okay.
I got my 2 weapons, my comlink, my data pad, and my utility belt.
Are you Batman?
yes, I am.
The utility belt just increases your
Yeah.
encumbrance rating, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm only at 2 encumbrance out of 8.
Yeah, Tarian is just wearing her normal robes, which are her stealth robes. And she's got her light blaster pistol, comlink, and her binoculars.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm wearing my catch vest.
Yeah, your armor. So yeah, or go ahead.
No, that's it.
So yeah, you guys head out into the darkness. Well, it's the sun has set, so it's dark, and I believe Vorith as a Chiss has infravision, so he can see heat. The other 3 don't. So is Vorith
Give me
just
a
going to lead you by the hand, or
Give me a second. I don't want my
You
cat to
can
break
still
his leg
see in
again.
the dark. Just not
Are
well.
they nearby the? Oh no, wait, that one. Yeah.
They're, at the moment, they're nearby the ship. They're not
Okay.
going to be nearby the ship eventually.
I was gonna have a bad idea, but I stopped myself, so it's okay.
What, hover behind them with the ship and have lights on or
No,
something?
just like blast the high beams off the ship, and But then I was like, what's the point of it being nighttime?
Well,
I'm just gonna
you guys
blast them
are
with
a
spotlight.
distance away from the base, so
Yeah.
I'm just
Right.
having
Probably doesn't help having a spotlight right on top of them. So
just gonna have Vorth lead us.
okay. My NPC. This one. There. Okay. 20. I'm gonna have everyone roll a hard coordination check, except Vorth. His becomes easy, because he can see.
So is that one purple?
1 purple for Vorth. Everyone else is 3.
Yay, 3.
This can only go well.
I knew I should have put that point in coordination.
Ah, I
Oh, coordination?
succeeded.
I can do coordination.
I was actually looking at this like, do I want charm or coordination? I was like, God damn.
What's wrong
Charm.
with you people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not fail.
No one failed. I gotta roll for. So, it's stressful. Like, Draco takes 5 strain.
Oh my fucking god.
Tarion takes 2. Vorth takes 1. Oh, even the old man survives. Look at that.
Did better than any of us.
Hold on a second.
Oh, did my?
I'm definitely getting that second point of coordination eventually.
Oh,
By the way,
I
we
didn't
forgot-
readjust.
We forgot to roll destiny points, by the way.
Okay, we'll do that next. I just got to readjust all these. I readjusted the main cameras, but not these ones.
I still don't remember how to use destiny points.
Upgrade
Okay,
or-
I should roll them.
Adjusting cameras on the fly because we're professional.
Mhm.
think that was
I rolled the
my fault.
destiny point.
I guess we're gonna roll it.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll your destiny if you want.
Oh, amazing.
Our destiny is failure.
As usual.
Whoops.
2 black,
Ignore,
1 white.
ignore the threat die.
We need a destiny roll from Laveris.
I'm going to roll 1 force die. Roll.
Oh, yeah, two.
Oh, amazing.
Do I roll my force attribute when
the
deciding
fuck?
destiny?
No, just
Oh,
one.
sorry.
Just 1 dice.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
This can only go well.
So 3 black, 1 white
Mmm.
for the session.
Toasty.
At least we got that one white.
1 white.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys, you head off into the wastes, being led by Vorth. Probably there's I don't even know if Raxus Prime has a moon, but I'm just gonna pretend it does. Or the light of the station. I don't know. Anyway, it's as Hay said, it's not as dark as pitch black. So you're making it through these scraps of rubble. It's stressful as hell because you probably slip and bang yourself a little bit, or have a few harrowing, almost impaling yourself moments. So everyone took a whole crapload of strain from it, but no one dies.
Raxus Prime does not have a moon.
Raxus Prime does not have a moon. Okay. So, I guess it's just not as dark.
Well, we are next to a
Ambient
huge.
light.
We are
Ambient.
next. We are next to a big, well-lit installation.
That's true.
Deegan was never gone.
Yeah. So, characteristic. I'm gonna say everyone roll an average vigilance check,
Oh, yeah.
I am so fucked.
excluding Lav because he's not there. We'll go back to Lav and see what he's doing in a second.
The one time there's a vigilance check and I'm not there.
You're the one who removed yourself.
It's true.
Whoops, left the force die in there, but
No worries.
Another
I guess there's three.
strain.
Okay, so I'm gonna say like Draco sees it first, and probably gets a little bit. It just adds to his stress level. Tarian notices it because she's
Lucky.
sure, and Borth doesn't. But a little ways in the distance, sitting atop a hill, is about a meter tall cylinder, about yay where around, sitting up on the top of a hill, with another meter tall like antenna sticking out the top of it, and you see like little glowing lights on it.
I think Tarian just like puts a hand up and just like immediately just stop. Does anyone know what that is? And she points
yeah.
it out to everyone.
I was gonna ask, what would I need to? What kind of knowledge would it require me to know what the fuck that is?
Probably education or warfare, maybe.
I'm gonna go with warfare.
All right. How hard is this?
I'm gonna say easy.
All right. Somehow I'm gonna fail this. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Holy shit.
So
Another fucking
you-
strain.
you know exactly what it is, and it stresses you out further. You notice it's a motion sensor. There's no visible fence to this place, but you notice at least one pillar that's made to detect motion.
So can I
Final success
recover a
is probably
strain?
Sorry?
So can I recover a strain from that one advantage?
Yes.
Sweet.
So with all the extra successes you got there, you know they work to about a range of 30 meters radius around it, and detects large heat sources, large sources of movement, and yeah, they're basically there to be an invisible fence line.
So is Draco on the verge of a nervous breakdown?
How much
I
strength do
mean-
you have?
Well, now I have 7. So, oh shit,
Of
I
a
put it
total
at 10.
of
That's
what?
gonna 13.
Yeah, okay. This hasn't been a fun night for you. It's probably been like 45 minutes to an hour of wandering
Yeah.
through this place.
Like, what the fuck? It's just, oh my god. I like to believe like a lot of the strain wasn't just, oh, I almost died. It's like, holy shit, everybody, come on, guys.
Yeah, looking
Where's
out for your
everyone?
friends and that sort of stuff.
What's really bad is you got so many more dice than me, and yet I have like 0 strain right now.
Well, no, it's
Uh-huh.
it's really the coordination thing that fucked me. Got fucking 5 died from that. 5 strain from that. What was I gonna say? Okay, so you said there was a 30 it's a 30 meter, 30 feet cone. Sorry, circle basically around it.
Like a 30-meter radius around the thing.
Okay, 30-meter radius around the thing, and so basically, would that cover the entirety of the whatchamacallit, of the basically the pile that we need to look at, or does that mean that just basically we would need to go around it?
To get around this one, you could try to walk around it, but there's most likely more. Like these things are designed to be dotted in around a perimeter, so they're not.
They're probably overlapping.
Yeah, they're not really obvious, but they detect motion or large heat sources moving through the area.
I see. Do I know of a way to screw them and avoid them noticing you? Like, is there maybe a trick that one can do to make them less likely to notice you?
Moving really, 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 really slowly and being really cold.
Any of us cold-blooded?
Not I.
Nope. None of us, I think.
You could shoot it.
I mean,
That's true.
their motion and heat detectors, like they'd be stopped by things like metal and such. So Tarian is going to just like try and look around, see if she can find any gullies that might be shielded from one of the motion detectors by metal, or like holes in one of the hills that could possibly be slipped through. If
Okay.
that's cool.
Roll
Makes me wish I
perception.
brought wires.
So you're looking specifically for like bypasses through the scrap heaps, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
What difficulty?
I'm gonna say hard.
So, 3 or 4?
3. 4 is daunting.
What skill is this?
Perception.
Oh God.
I recover strain.
You recover some strain because you take like a couple minutes to just like take in the landscape and stuff, but no, you don't find anything.
Huh. So wait, can these things go through? Can like their motion, can their heat detection go through the wall? So
Probably
even if
not.
we put up, no. So if we were to put a piece of metal on top of us, it would only activate if we move fast.
It's a possibility.
I need a cardboard box.
Might not be. It's too horrible.
Get yourself
A
a
metal
metal
box would
fridge.
be-
My dice reset button's not working.
So, so we need it to not be. Like yeah, like how thick would something need to be for it to not go through it? For it to not notice the heat of it. The heat of something behind it.
Well,
It depends how long it would take to warm up.
yeah.
Yeah, so a piece of metal. Yeah, we can do that. So I say if those things there, they're motion detectors, then they would only detect things. The motion part is relatively easy to avoid. We merely move slow. However,
Super slow.
yeah. But I believe the only method we could avoid its heat detection would be to put something cold in between it and us. I see maybe a piece of scrap metal might do it.
You pick up a 1-ton sheet of plasteel or whatever they call it, Durasteel.
Any other ideas? These things are.
Do we
And-
see anything handy that we could use to cover ourselves up,
Yeah.
like an old fighter dome or something?
Roll a force die.
All of us or just him?
Just the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, noise.
Yeah.
Say we. Do you point it out?
Of course.
Yeah, I said. I mean, we could use that.
In fact, we find an old fighter dome.
Well then, might as well do it. Get it over with now.
Remember, we must move slowly, and chances are there won't be just one of these. So we have to make our way to the ship, possibly with this.
Like that old pirate movie where it's just 4 guys underneath a longboat.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
It's like a leg sticking out the bottom.
That's what happened, basically. All right, so we're gonna do this.
Okay. So you pick up this sheet of scrap metal, which I'm gonna say is just like an 8x6 rectangle with some jagged edges and such on it. But there's decent handholds on the one side that you can hold on to if you squish together and shuffle through the rubble. Everyone needs to roll a easy skullduggery check, or easy stealth check, sorry.
All of these things that I'm good at.
I'm so bad at it.
Yeah.
It's only 1 purple.
Stealth, stealth, stealth.
So fucking sneaky.
Yeah.
Too sneaky.
Very bad roll, but it's
Okay,
still
so
successful.
4 successes. This thing's gonna have a vigilance of, I'm gonna say that much. And it was 4 successes, so it's gonna get 4 purples. And it fails to notice you, but you don't really notice anything. It's just basically you shuffle your way past it, and you don't hear any like blaring alarms. You don't hear the thing beep beep boop. It's just silent.
I'm assuming I would know that. That means it didn't find us.
It would be a safe assumption.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that book on military security technology wasn't a bad idea to read, huh?
Sure.
I mean, helped us this time. Anyways,
Yeah.
let's go. don't want to dawdle inside enemy lines, right?
I guess. Let's go. I guess we put this shit, and as long as do I see any more of these?
No.
Yeah. So okay, so we just head to the place.
Okay. So you keep heading towards the Imperial compound sort of area. The
What's the
lights.
name of the,
Sorry.
what's the name of the ship we're after again?
He didn't have a name. Did
I
I
thought we
give it a
did.
name?
I thought, I thought you did. Maybe not.
Oh no, he didn't.
It was just a generic diplomatic shuttle, diplomatic vessel. So it's not much farther into towards the restricted grounds. Lights start becoming much more helpful to you. The place is well lit. Occasionally, as you're walking, you hear a pair of TIE fighters scream overhead. Once or twice as you were traveling through. They don't stop or anything, it's just a standard two fighter patrol through the air. As you get closer, the base becomes a bit more, its layout becomes a bit more apparent to you. You can see the main entrance, or the main road that came into the place far off to your right. It's well lit, and there's a contingent of guard soldiers there. They're not stormtroopers; they're just generic Imperial Army troopers. Straight ahead, you see the big dome and support structures of the Imperial mass driver, and a ways past the main entrance, you see a series of landing pads that they're all empty, but they're all well lit. Next to what looks like a small fenced area with an actual physical fence surrounding what looks like a parking lot of just scrapped ships. And each corner of this fence has a big floodlight filling the both sides of the fence. Yep.
All right. So layout in simple terms is just what was it again? Passed out for a second.
You see the main gate, you see landing pads, you see parking lot, main buildings far off ahead. Fighter patrols fly overhead.
All right. Do we see where our ship is? Where our
Goal.
yeah.
Well, you're looking for a ruined ship, and there's a big lot of ruined ships.
Can we see said lot to see if we can find our ship there?
So,
or
so using my data pad, can I pick up the transponder of said ship?
Yes. It's in the parking lot of scrap ships.
I mean, Tarian's seen it, and she has her binoculars. She can always find it.
Yeah, Tarian's seen it from the air.
Yeah, I mean
She
a little
knows
more
where it is.
specifically, like exactly where it is.
Probably within 5-10 feet.
Okay, let's just start heading there.
Question:
As
like, if
stealthily-
we were to start doing things to it, will we be at obvious eye line of the guards? Basically, like, will we
Probably.
basically just? Yeah, I imagine that would happen. So basically, it's like an open garage, well, not like an open parking lot, and just a bunch of ships.
It's like
there.
an impound lot.
Yeah.
It's like a scrapyard. If you've ever gone to like a car scrap, where it's just
I haven't gone to,
it's
but
just
I know.
lines and lines of scrapped cars, except with spaceships and speeders and other things.
They're large enough, though. They're large enough for us to hide. If a car is large enough for us to hide behind, then I'm pretty sure.
There'd be lots of cover in there. Yes, you'd have to
Yeah.
get in there first, though.
Yeah.
How about we just walk across the road with me handing my data pad out like I'm doing something official?
Or I could just, sneak in since I'm a lot stealthier than the rest of you.
Go for
And
Go.
if okay, like
Right.
she opens her mouth and it's just like okay. So yeah,
Tarian's
Tarian
going
just
off alone.
Yes, she's attempting to approach the fence,
Okay.
Not great at the whole height.
stealthily like.
So what do the other three of you do?
I asked her, is there a point where I could I just keep guard? I don't know
Remain
how
in
safe
cover.
you'll be just alone. Say what?
How about we remain in cover?
All right. I'll just do that.
Sorry, I don't not mean to be pushy.
Okay, so
But Draco,
Tarian is going.
Draco's waifu has just wandered off.
It's not his wife. She's way too young for him.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's why it's awkward.
It's his One-chan.
Turns
Sorry,
out it's
no.
actually Draco making it awkward. It was never Tarian.
You say that.
So, do we want to do sort of a meanwhile? What's Laverius up to? Is Laverius doing anything at the moment?
I mean, if we like
Rush
flash
over.
back to me, it's like me, and then there's that red droid, right? Just me.
TC-98.
I'm just like having a staring contest with the droid. I'm like looking it right in the eyes. I'm right in its face, like maybe like an inch or two away, and I'm just like kind of staring at it, and and I say, "So droid, what's your deal?"
It's amazing.
Well, and the droid, remember, it speaks in a feminine but monotone voice. And of course its mouth doesn't move at all, it's just a straight, stoic expression on its face. It says, "Well, Master Wario Zabrak, I am TC-98, diplomatic guidances and bureaucratic translations. Is there anything specific you would like to ask about?"
What's the deal with your master? He some kind of... Is he what he says he is? Oh wait, you would probably just lie to me anyways.
Which master,
But, you know,
which
tell me what
master
you
are you
think.
referring to? Master Quinto?
Yeah, sure. What's he do?
He's a great diplomat. I worked directly under him before he went missing.
Hmm.
I
Did he
have,
say
I have
anything to
been
you?
I have been his substitute in the meantime. So just till recently, where I was relieved of duty.
And then I like sort of like slide around behind the droid. Now I'm looking at like the back of the droid.
Well, it
And
would
I'm
turn
like-
around. It's conscious that you're there.
Yeah, I know. I just sort of like I get behind it and then it like turns around and I wait for it to turn around. And then I say, "So, why are you following this detective around? What kind of help are you?" I mean, I guess translation, but you know something? And I like poke it in the face.
It's it sort of bounces back and, well, Master Quinto was my direct superior. I knew much of his habits and personal life.
Did he leave because of these habits?
No. He left on a diplomatic mission to seek out a missing nobleman on the planet Venai.
Hmm.
He simply did not return.
I just sort of like blink and stare at the droid. I say, I don't trust you, droid. I don't trust any of you droids, especially not you." And I like
Well,
spin around to wherever Wires is, and I'm like, "I trust you least of all."
Wires just like, and it rolls out of the room.
God damn that droid! It's up to no good, I tell you.
So TC-98 is
He's just talking to himself the whole time. Like, it's no good.
98 is just sort of replies, "Well, I do apologize for that, Master Zabrak. Is there anything I could do to assuage your assumptions of me?"
I look at him and I say, "Dance. If you can dance, that would prove that you were no evil. Everyone I've known who is evil has never danced."
But it tilts its head and looks down at itself. And remember, protocol droids, they have elbows and knees, but
Yes.
they're like barely functional. So the thing just sort of
Yes.
like
It just sort of like wobbles back and forth.
basically at the
Yeah.
hip, and his like arms
Yeah.
are kind of like tittery
I
totter.
think it depends on the model of Protocol Droid, but yeah.
I look
never
at
seen
it
a
and
protocol droid use its knees.
I nod and I say, "Good. This is good. You can dance. This has proved to me you are not evil." Slightly. Don't
So you-
get ahead of yourself. Only slightly. And I like slink back into my room. and like I'm like glaring around the corner at the droid. I like go in through the doorway and then I like peek back out like just over the edge and I'm
So
like
Lavaris is totally insane.
Time well spent.
Now we have
for
to
the Jedi
prepare
left
for.
on his own.
Now we have to prepare for Lavaris' new TV show. So you think you can dance, comma droid?
I don't like droids.
It's like BattleBots, but instead of like fighting, people are competing to
dance.
make the best dancing droids.
I'd watch that.
That was.
I don't know.
Did you ever see the fan edits of the newest Robot Wars, where it just cuts out everything but the fights? And like the six shows that are an hour long each are condensed to like 20 minutes of watching.
That's probably an improvement.
Anyway, so Tarian goes off on her own. So the way towards there are some low-lying structures, basic barracks, basic stuff like that, guard posts, and the occasional anti-air emplacement that's manned by 2 or 3 Imperial troopers, which I actually have a thingamajig for.
I guess I should have asked, does Tarian have a comlink?
Yes,
Good.
she does have a comlink.
Oop, that one's. So yeah, Imperial soldiers, they wear sort of grayish brown,
Damn it.
grayish brown fatigues with upper body armor and helmet. They're generally armed with rifles. And while they aren't like a special forces stormtrooper, they know their stuff. So, Tarian, I'm going to have you roll, I'm going to say a hard stealth check.
Are these people Force users?
No.
Didn't think so. Okay. That gives me an extra die on this.
Do you
I'll
have to roll a force dice to use that, or is that just free?
Nope, it's just if the person isn't a Force user, you get advantage.
Cool.
I'm surprised
Whoa.
his job was.
Holy crap. Okay,
Okay, so
what can I do with this triumph to make the situation better?
yeah, because well, even if with a triumph, or does a triumph count as a success? Does it count?
Yeah,
It cancels
yes.
out.
But it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So the success the triumph counts as already cancel out one of the 4 failures though. So
Oh, beautiful.
you've used it. You have
Yeah,
you still have the 2 failures, but you have the success of the good stuff. So I'm gonna say like Tarian just sort of slinks out from between 2 buildings, and in front of her there's the road running like sort of straight north-south, and you're moving, I don't know, northeast across the road. And you basically come out from behind these 2 buildings, and sitting in front of it is one of these like anti-air emplacements, a big turbo laser that's set up. And there's 3 guardsmen that were one of them sitting at the on the seat of it, that usually had a terminal in front of it, but he's not doing anything. He's not actually like handling the gun. And they're just sort of chatting. And when you come around the corner, one of them turns his head and like looks straight at you.
So, do they have to roll to notice me?
Probably not, because you failed the stealth.
Can I use my triumph to make them have to roll to notice me? Can I say, like, spend all of my advantage in the triumph to say, like, she sees that and immediately ducks back behind a small little bit of cover to try and force a roll for it?
Maybe
Will
they
you
think
allow
you're
that?
someone else.
Because I haven't used any of the advantage.
Maybe they think you're someone else.
Yeah, or maybe they just
Kind of
think
hard
I'm
to be
another-
someone else when you're Togruta. You've got big montals in your head.
I've
and
got a
brain
hood
tail.
on.
Turns out the guy that saw
Your
you
head
had the
would be like
Tokuta
6
fetish.
feet tall then. Adult
Uh-huh.
Togruta generally don't wear hoods because their montals are so friggin' high.
I know. I'm teasing.
What
It's
would
up to you.
What would they roll? I'm gonna say they can roll perception.
All right, perfect. Because then they get a disadvantage on that from another one of my abilities.
Amazing.
Okay. That's now.
Brian, you weren't prepared for us inevitably fighting these things? Disappointed.
Tisk tisk. Back in the Force and Destiny book. No, not Force and Destiny. Age of Rebellion book. Adversaries. What a pilot. Imperial. Advisor. Imperial Armory Trooper.
God. I really hope you don't get caught.
Yeah, that'll make everything much more difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 3 of them. They do not have skill in perception. Perception is a cunning check. So he's just going to roll his cunning, which is 2.
And he gets a disadvantage. Because stealth robes.
thought he already saw you though.
I lobbied to spend all of my advantage and the triumph to get them to make them
To see
make
if
a
they
check.
look past it. So there's 3 of
Mhm.
them. Don't get their skills. Nope. Oh wait, where'd that yellow dice come from? That yellow dice shouldn't be there. So
What have you done?
I don't know. That yellow dice shouldn't be there. Anyway, so
Yeah,
it's
the dice reset button's not working right.
it's still two successes on their part.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, they see you, or he sees you, and you see him call out and point like, "Hey, who are you?" And he starts coming your way with his rifle in hand, and the two of the other soldiers that were with him, they are sort of taken by surprise, but they start following a handful of feet behind him.
Oh, they're following. That makes this more difficult. Give me a moment to look at what I have, but I think I'm just going to be a little bit...
Are these the same troopers we saw?
Well, there's what you mean, like the trooper? There's still it's a different group. The ones at the
Yeah.
the front gate. Is that's the
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. I just want to look at my force power to make sure I understand it correctly, so I can make a plan. Oh, and...
You know what?
there's-
I'm gonna close a bit.
And
Okay.
Draco storms off in frustration.
He just has to go back to
that's
the
what I
ship.
forgot to do. I was going to spend a destiny on my stealth roll, but I forgot.
Ah, darn.
Okay.
Right
So-
now.
Tarian, she's, in my mind, she's kind of like hunkered behind a little bit of cover. So what she does is she tries to find something to like pull the very standard, tried and true, make a noise and make people look in a different direction thing. So she's going to try and like throw an object to distract the back 2 guards so that only like the 1 guard is coming towards her. And the other 2 go off to look at something else.
Okay, so you basically between the 2 buildings you were in, you came out. They were like over here or something like that, and said
Mm-hmm.
so they're coming towards you in this basically straight alleyway that you're currently in.
Oh, okay. Do
you want me to draw it?
Yeah, that would be useful.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be handy.
I'm also mildly distracted by something, and I apologize for that.
No worries.
Too much porn.
That never happens. There's never too much.
Yeah, but it is bad times for it.
I'm not wrong.
End up looking at
Okay,
through
draw
the
shape.
rule 34. I'm sure it's there somewhere.
I mean, obviously, this there.
Okay, so we got like building there ish, and like a building there, ish. And we have freehand. Freehand. We have Tarian here. And draw shape. And we have, where's circle? Draw a circle. Alt. And of course, people start doodling immediately.
Oh, okay. That gives me a much better idea of the situation.
Okay,
Well,
so
Tarian
like the
is
gun
just
is
gonna-
their big AA gun is over this direction,
Uh-huh.
and this guy's coming out here. Tarian had just come around the corner and just sort of darted back.
Okay. Tarian is just going to attempt to book it back to this corner.
Okay,
Move as quickly as possible. And
Is it
if
turning
the
the
guy
Majin
sees
Buu?
her, I'm going to use the misdirect force power. Actually, no. She'll probably just stay right here. Thinking about how it works. So yeah, Tarian will just sort of stay and like press herself flush against the wall.
okay.
And then when the guy rounds the corner, she's going to use her misdirect force power. Although how conscious that is for her, I'm not exactly sure, but so
okay, so
I'm going
you're
to
gonna-
attempt to use a force power.
Can you read the specifics of misdirect to me?
The force user creates illusions to fool those around him. The user may spend force to make a target at up to short range unable to perceive a chosen person or object of silhouette 1 or smaller until the beginning of the user's next turn.
Okay.
The target cannot see or sense the hidden person or object.
Okay, so it's going to affect just him then, just the main
Yes,
guy.
just the one.
Okay. So I just love the doodle. Why do you do this? Okay, so roll your force die.
Okay, force die. Character sheet. Character sheet. Come here. I wish there was a way to just clear. Oh, there is a way to just clear. Interesting.
Did you want to take the conflict?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Destiny point. 1 destiny point.
It's even yellow.
Okay. So, I'm assuming it's Tarian's focusing on the fear.
Yes. Well, Tarian is really scared. She does not want to mess this up. She doesn't want to ruin the situation. So she's just like panicked and just flat against the wall, like scared, hoping the guy doesn't see her.
Okay. So he basically steps around the corner. And your Tarian is pressed against the wall, and he looks down the alleyway. And he basically stands there, and his two friends come up, and you hear them sort of calling out to him as they're walking up, asking what did he see. He says, "Oh, there's a possible intruder. Notify headquarters. I'm going to keep looking."
Mhm.
So he starts heading down the alleyway. You don't really have line of sight on these guys.
Mhm.
But when the second one follows, what does Tarian do?
Well, you said that. I think once the first guy passes and he doesn't notice, like Tarian is going to do what I described earlier, like the standard take an object, throw it in the opposite direction, and try and get people to look over there.
Arrow.
So, what would you like me to do for that?
How do you get the air? Like you're gonna throw it off in this direction?
Yeah, probably like over the building, like back towards the gun. It was my idea.
Okay. So when he walks past you, you're just gonna, before he comes around the corner, you're gonna toss it.
Yeah, basically. Like
Okay.
she's just gonna blink and then realize that this guy didn't see her, and she's just gonna try and make the other ones go a different direction.
Are you using a force power to do this, or are you?
No, just handheld tossing.
Okay, make a. No, I'm gonna say you could probably just do it. Just sort of grab a rock or your shoe or something.
Or
Damn it,
junk.
dog,
There's
just
junk
lay
everywhere.
down.
He's making a nest.
Dogs do that.
There you go. Hey, nice,
So
Abby.
okay, so you toss the thing. Let's have them roll their vigilance.
Intelligence. To see whether they're distracted by loud things.
Villages. Just have 2 and everything. Okay, so they're going to roll their vigilance. It's gonna be a 1, and you're probably going to want them to succeed this test. Why is the black die still there? Confusing. Anyway, so yeah, the 1 succeeds. I'm gonna say yeah. So this one, the dude that was coming towards you hears it land. The other dude doesn't, and you basically hear the quick conversation of, oh, what was that? Because I didn't hear anything. Meanwhile, this dude's heading further down the alleyway here. If I can get my.
Oh man, this situation is so bad.
How long does that force power last?
1 turn.
1 turn. So I don't know what the definition of a turn in this game.
Me neither.
We'll just go with it for now.
All right.
So what is Tarian doing? Like these guys have stopped. They're having their quick conversation of what was that. This guy is continuing away. He's basically got this opening and is sort of looking around for you.
This is when you really need that force leap.
Sorry, the call just froze for me.
Okay.
But I basically picked it up. The other 2 guys are now sort of like, which way are we going, right?
They're talking about the rock that you threw. The other dude has stopped at the end of the alleyway and is looking for you in this wide open area.
Tarian is going to attempt to sneak up behind him, place a blaster right against him, and shoot it to try and muffle the sound.
Okay, roll a. He has. Perception is based off of his. Keep looking at this. His cunning. Okay, so it would be a stealth check. Difficulty average, 2 purple to make for his 2 cunning.
All right. Stealth.
This is such a bad
Gosh
situation.
darn it!
Oh no!
Use that destiny.
He doesn't have a destiny anymore.
Too late.
You only
Oh.
got the 1. Okay, so you get partway down the alleyway and then step on something that crunches. Did you want to use your 1 advantage for something or just heal strain? I don't know if you'd have
Actually, I
use
don't
your
need
1
heal
advantage for
strain,
anything
so I'm not sure if I can do anything useful with it though.
good.
So let's see, what can you do with 1 advantage?
Probably not a whole lot. Recover a strain, add a blue to the next ally's check. Notice a
Okay.
single important point
What
in the
page is
ongoing
that again?
conflict.
What is a single important point in the ongoing conflict? Like, what can be relevant in this scene? Like, what's going to make or break the difference?
Besides the fact that you failed 2 stealth checks.
Thought you were the stealthy
A
one.
single
I
important
am.
point in the ongoing conflict, such as the location of a Blastor's control panel, or a weak point on an attack speeder.
Is there a door in the alleyway?
No.
Okay.
Is this a building you're between?
Yeah, there are 2
Yes, I'm
buildings he's in
two
between.
buildings.
Just
Maybe there's an open window you can climb.
So
yeah,
I'm
maybe
g-
there's an opening. Yeah,
Maybe
that's
1
nice.
point you see. This could actually be somewhat interesting if you take it the right way. So before he turns around, on the back of his belt, like hanging off his belt, at waist height, are 2 grenades, 2 fragmentation grenades that are standard issue to these guys. But he's positioned his at the back of his belt, just above his butt.
This poor guy.
This could get
How
interesting.
close am I to him?
You're probably like halfway to him. So if you want to lunge at him, it would be an initiative roll to see who goes first.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
Okay, so you're going to be using cool, he's going to be using vigilance.
Oh, I scratched that one.
Just give me a second. I'm gonna get this set up.
Okay, that's 2 successes. I just like these purple dice. I'm just rolling 2 failures on every single one.
You're getting really unlucky with those. Yeah,
hmm
kind of harsh. I think it's the racism. Let's get rid of the racism, guys.
Why so many dice? Why is that
Imperials
still
are the
there?
racists.
Reset.
Man, they're so good.
That should be there. He has two.
I mean, I don't
You
mind
should have
using
two
the
green
first
for
one.
vigilance.
I don't mind using the first
There,
one.
okay. So 2 advantage.
Okay, so I win because I have 2 successes and 1.
Okay, so you have your maneuver, your action, and then a free action against him before he goes.
What?
Maneuver. Run up to him. Action. She's going to attempt to pull the pins on the grenades on his belt. And then I'll probably take a strain and take another maneuver to run away from him after she does that.
Okay, so you're gonna rush up to him and try to pull the pin. I'm gonna have you roll a. My skill's gone. I'm gonna say brawl or just a straight agility check, maybe.
I'd prefer the agility personally.
I'm just thinking, like, it's not necessarily a brawl because you're not really fighting him.
Like coordination, like she's trying to be
I'm
coordinated
gonna say
enough.
coordination, and since it's in melee range, it'll be 2 purple.
Amazing.
Holy crap!
So
Wow.
nothing. So you
How does
basically
one-
rush up and like try to like fondle at his back as he's turning its place, and I guess he like turns too fast or something, because now you're right in front of him, like hunkered down, like I don't know, grasping at his belt or something.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna try to kick you in the face.
Sounds good.
Wow.
This sheet gun.
I think at this point Tarian is just going to say, cover blown, come now.
All right.
If you
And
have
we
a
jump
chance,
out and run,
you're
start
probably not
running.
going to be able to do that right away.
Talking's not a maneuver.
Into a comlink? Like grabbing
Oh,
a comlink
true.
and talking
Comlinks
into
are-
it?
I'm used to Shadowrun where everyone
You-
has earbuds.
You
Everyone
can
has
do
earbuds
2
and stuff.
maneuvers in a turn.
Want to take a couple strain to get the comlink?
Oh yeah, sure. No, I will totally do that.
So like
What?
changing it out to like you try to grasp it with one hand and talk into the other of shit.
Yep. Basically. No, that might actually be what she
What?
says, just like shit. Come!
I don't even think there's good curse words in Star Wars.
No, there aren't.
That's why we put ours in there, or make up some.
Work, kind of. So yeah, you reach for him, and he turns and like tries to boot you in the face, but I guess you got out of the way, or he misses you.
Mhm.
And now we're into actual initiative order here.
Yep.
Do we all want to roll or just
Yeah.
Tarian?
You guys are at quite a distance away. Probably 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 rounds of sprinting, of taking no cover at all, just running full hard.
Mm-hmm.
Draco would do that.
Yeah, Vorto.
Okay,
Be moral
So-
support.
that was. These guys are considered minions, so they share 1 turn between the 3 of them. So
Mhm.
technically, Tarian takes initiative.
Oh, perfect.
You're in melee range of this dude who has a blaster rifle, and he's facing right in front of you. And you're like face to face kind of range here.
I am going to attempt the exact same thing. I'm going to try and grab his grenades.
You're gonna like reach around him, like give him a hug
I mean,
or something.
she'll maneuver however it's necessary, but yeah, she's just gonna lunge.
Okay.
Just try and get
Make
around
another
him and grab his
coordination at
grenade.
2. And I'm gonna upgrade that one.
Upgrade it.
Oh,
So
Perfect.
one purple, one red.
Jesus, fucking Christ!
Okay, what can I do with Triumph? I've got a Triumph. That
pulled
can,
the-
that
you
can
didn't- How about you didn't get? You could just say you pulled the pin by accident.
Yeah, she was
That
trying
would
to
be
grab
considered
them.
a
Can we say
success,
that?
though.
Like,
You can never turn. You can. Yeah, you probably won't be able to do that.
I would say
I mean, Triumph allows you to do something vital.
no. I would say
But the goal,
you.
it was okay, but this wasn't
I know,
an
I know,
attack.
I know.
Your
I
goal
know.
of
would-
this check was to pull the pin.
I
So
thought the goal was to get the grenades.
no, she's been trying to pull the pin, not just grab
Okay.
the grenades,
I-
but pull
this
the
one's
pin
just
while
trying
they're
to
still
grab
hooked
the
on his
grenade.
belt.
You grab his
Now
button.
she-
It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, now she's like range. I was saying that she was trying to grab the grenades this time, but it's
I would-
it's up to you.
I would say that you maybe like don't grab the grenades, but they just drop. So you basically like take them from him, so they're on the ground. That way they won't move at the same time that he
Or
will.
you,
I don't
you,
think
could, you
he's
could
going
knock
to
you
use-
could knock him over if you wanted to.
Yeah, that
Ooh,
too.
yes, that would definitely work.
You're like, oh.
So like you've grabbed at him, he's turned, and you've tried to grab at it again, knocking him over onto his butt.
Uh huh. That'll-
Suddenly the Benny Hill theme starts playing.
This is the most awkward Jedi combat.
Yep.
Pretty much.
just let me. Oh God.
I'm sorry. No, what's this? What? No.
And then Tarian is going to try to book it around the corner of this building.
Okay. You start sprinting in the opposite direction. Meanwhile, these guys come around the corner as Tarian. Like they would see you going around the corner, and this would be yelling and pointing.
All right. So
They're gonna take a shot at you, but since you're moving, it's gonna be a little bit difficult for them.
Yep.
Okay, so there's that.
We are so badly equipped for this.
Hey, I have
I
my
mean-
weapon.
I could probably just start shooting and make them worse the more times I fired at them, and if I managed to hit one, but that's less fun.
Is going to work right. Ew. It did, and they miss.
Horribly at that.
Perfect.
They put some holes in the back of your cloak or something.
hmm
They're better shots than I am, significantly.
Well, as
Yeah,
a
I
group,
think at this point Tarian is going to maneuver to take cover, and then she's just going to shoot at the closest guy.
I mean, that's as a group though. Like
Okay.
they missed you together. It was a combined effort to not hit you.
Uh huh.
So you're gonna
So
dart,
what-
kind of like sit behind the corner and just sort of shoot around the edge.
Yep, basically.
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
If you're gonna shoot at the guy who's down on the ground, you'd get a bonus against him.
Okay, that
This,
was
this
my
would be
plan.
short. This would be short range.
Okay. Short range is my weapon has a range of short or medium, one of the two. So does that make a difference?
No, it's just you just can shoot within those ranges.
Okay, so the difficulty is 1 at short range.
Yes. Plus a blue because he's down.
Oh,
Oh, gee. Okay, so
Well, fuck him.
So
so
I'm
a
going to
lot.
recover 1 strain with that.
Once we're all dead, it's time for a break.
Want to take a break now and just have a harrowing experience? Be a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I say we leave it up to Tarian.
You wanna finish
We can
this?
we can take a break and cliffhanger it. Yeah.
Okay. We'll be back in 5.